Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Hassan Talks podcast. طبعا I have to start لازم أبدأ بداية مختلفة المرة دي. This time المرة دي في حاجتين مختلفات في الحلقة بتاعت البودكاست. الحاجة الأولى إنه أنا قاعد أسجل لايف، الضيف معاي في البيت برضو. لو الناس اللي بيتابعوا البودكاست فيديو فأنتم أكيد شايفين الرياكشنز بتاعت الضيف معاي. الحاجة الثانية البودكاست يكون معظمه بالإنجليزي. ممكن تحاول نتكلم عربي شويتين لكن ما هنحاول اوكي. فده الاختلاف. طبعا ده بسبب انه الضيف اللي معايا الليله الضيف اللي معايا يعني is a very important guest, a good friend of mine, that is Dar Alnaim. Welcome to the podcast again.
Thank you so much. Round 2.
Yeah.
Video this time. This is so much fun. I'm looking at myself. I'm just staring.
Yeah, you're enjoying the okay, so we have met 2 times before. The first time was 2020 in the podcast.
Online, yeah.
Online, in Zoom. Second time was last year.
Yeah, in 2 de mayo, sí.
Yeah, plus 2 de mayo. And this is the third time, actually.
Yeah, but we've spoken a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think every time that we did meet, even if it was online or in person, we spoke for hours. So
yeah, true. That's absolutely true.
It actually like rounds out. That's why it feels like we've met more times, maybe.
Basically, yeah. That's how I want to start. Because we had this kind of friendship online, and then we picked it up, and then we moved to meet in person. Because like you moved from where you used to live, and now you're in Madrid.
Where was I? Segovia, no?
Segovia, yeah. So there's like so many people start saying that, you know, like relationships online, either friendship or whatever, are not real. They're kind of faked, or there's like a fantasy. And then like the real relationship, like face to face, you know, like in person and this kind of stuff is very, very different. Now, since we kind of have both, do you really agree with that?
First of all, I think that the reason we talked is because Hassan Talks, by the way.
Yeah,
the podcast.
I do talk sometimes. Yeah.
So Hassan talks, so Hassan needs to talk. So Hassan makes sure he talks, and I love talking. So I don't know. I think that in terms of so relationships as a whole, like what type of relationships are we talking
Well, let's talk about friendship. Let's talk about our case here.
Because there is many different types of relationships, and also online there's many different types of relationships. I think ours was professional from the beginning. So as soon as I came to Madrid, I was like, hey, I'm in Madrid, let's meet now. Like, because I would rather, I feel like I can understand someone better if I just have them next to me or when they're talking.
Yeah.
That's about understanding the person, I guess. That's the difference. That's why you can still have Zoom calls for work, and it doesn't matter because it's not so much personal conversation. It's more professional. It's more.
You feel like that?
In certain ways, it's easier to have a professional conversation than a personal one, feeling like you have a relationship. So our first one was completely professional.
Yeah.
And our second one was completely non-professional.
Okay.
Like in terms of like we were just pals, like we were just people meeting, you know, like to chat.
So you see that like online, it can never be like that, like
I mean,
very
it depends
easygoing.
on how you are offline, I guess. I mean, I think a lot of people confuse relationships in themselves, like what they are, like what is expected maybe of a relationship. So, for example, I have a huge problem with people now because everybody expects you to talk to them. Like, I don't know, it's weird for me. Like
you're not really like
you meet someone one day, and at the end of the day, like even if you talk for like 70,000 hours, at the end of the day, they're like, hey, can I have your number? I'm like, for what? Bro, like,
okay, so you're done. Like that conversation is over.
You have to say, like, say now. Why are you waiting to go home and tell me some stuff? Like, why do you need my number, for example?
I don't know. They feel like you're interesting. That's why they want to keep the conversation
that's fine,
going.
But like, why should we continue this? Why should we? It's like people want to hold on to people. That's how I feel about relationships.
They get attached somehow.
Yeah, I mean
that good moment they had.
Yeah, but it's like just be easy, okay? Like I'm not going to disappear. I've never existed before, so I cannot be a need. I could possibly be a want, you know, in terms of like, you know, you had a really good conversation. But usually what happens is that, for example, I don't give my number out. I don't give anything. I just give my name and like, find me on Instagram and write. I don't check my inbox more than like once or twice a week.
And I remember you don't follow anyone.
No, I don't. I used to follow so many people.
But what happened? Like, why don't you follow anybody on Instagram?
Because people take things too seriously in life, and I am trying to head to a place where like mainly there is truth and reality, at least for me. And I don't know. You follow someone, and then you don't follow someone else, and then another person tells you, "How come you follow this person?" And you don't follow that person. So it's not even like directly like personal. It's kind of like people think that the profile. So that's what I was going to say about relationships. For example, I have an incredible relationship with my grandmother.
Yeah.
She's like 80 a lot, 85 maybe, inshallah. And she's my grandmother. I have a super intense and intimate relationship with her. But at the same time, I talk to her, well, mainly on FaceTime, unless I see her face to face. But when I talk to her on FaceTime, we talk for about 45 to an hour minimum.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can withstand the relationship that I have with my grandmother because I already know her, and because she already knows me. We can fortalecer. How's that? We can strengthen it, right? We can strengthen it. Because of distance, because she's getting older, because she can't go out as much, because of all this, we can strengthen it through the internet. So the internet is actually helpful to follow up on relationships.
Okay.
Maybe.
Is that not the case for other people? Normal
Maybe
people?
creating relationships on the internet is what you're asking, which is very different to having a relationship and sharing parts of that relationship online.
Okay. So let's back up.
That's what I'm saying about
you never met anybody, and then suddenly online you're creating this relationship with them.
I'll give you a good example. My friend Mac, he's amazing. Hala Mac. I met him on Tumblr back in the days.
Oof.
Under my pseudonym.
Tumblr.
Yeah.
Tumblr.
You would never find my name on
That's
Tumblr.
dead now. That's actually dead.
No, it's not. I mean, it's holding on. There's like cool people still alive.
God. That's as old as MySpace, if I'm not mistaken.
No, MySpace is way older.
Yeah?
Yeah. MySpace is Napster time.
MySpace was
Right?
the old Facebook, and Tumblr was the old Twitter somehow, or something like that.
No. Tumblr is the old Pinterest slash Instagram.
Yeah, but it was like
Porque,
Twitter famous for me. That's how I said. Yeah, anyway. So, Mark?
Tumblr is the best. Tumblr was the best ever. Actually.
We have passed that long time ago. We have passed Tumblr
Still
long
there,
time
still have
ago.
mine, But
So many people, by the way, have no idea what we're talking about.
Anyway, relationships. Let's go back
Yeah.
to the point. So my friend Mac, I met him on Tumblr, but I met him because I used to follow like hashtags about Sudanese art and back in the day when nobody used to hashtag shit, you know what I mean? Like, so I found that he had a picture of my dad's work. And it was a very nice one, actually. It was a very good quality, really nice image. And I was like, I just liked it, I think, or something. And he saw my profile from that. And like, we don't know who we are at all. And we're like
anonymous people on the internet, basically.
Like back in the day, Napster days.
I don't know even. I don't know what
chat rooms. You don't know what Napster is?
I know chat rooms. I know Paltalk.
You don't know what Napster is?
But Napster, no, I haven't been there.
But that means I'm older than you.
Well, I guess so.
Napster, I was doing Napster in Sudan, man. And then I was like, talking to people I didn't know. I was like, help!
Okay, if one person knows Napster from this conversation, that's a legend right there.
Yo, Napster and Kazam and all those things that were happening there for music. Napster was a music platform, but you could
say
have...
that. Okay, there's no way for me to know that.
Okay. You don't know music?
No, I mean, like for people who create music or just like SoundCloud kind of stuff?
Napster was a place where you would just download music and find music and talk to people. I don't know. It was, I was very young. I don't think
See, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I just used to love talking to random people from a different country when I was in Sudan. I was just like, so how was your day today? Tell me something.
Okay.
It was like the Russian roulette from before.
Yeah, okay.
But it was via text. Anyway, so Mike and I become friends normally online because he's like, likes my work, whatever. Like, but my work wasn't like the work that I have now. Like, it was like the beginning of Dar. Like, I didn't even have my own style.
The beginning of Dar. Oh, that sounds like a documentary on Netflix.
I
Basically.
mean, it will be one. And it won't be on Netflix. Like,
where will it be then?
I don't know.
Movie star maybe? Like
HBO maybe or something.
HBO, okay, because of the...
Because of the amazingness.
Yeah.
Just because
quality.
It's how it is, it's quality.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we meet online, whatever, we become friends, chatting friends.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And then like technology has gone through our relationship to the point where we could eventually Skype and all those things, you know, and like and like text message, but WhatsApp, that's what it was. Yeah, because I haven't had WhatsApp in years, like I don't know, 10 years maybe almost. And email, whatever. He's my friend, right? So like life, so years and years passed. Like maybe now it's been like maybe 10 years, even more. Okay, since I met him online.
Yeah.
I met him online, so I haven't met him. I got to know him. Let's
online,
say,
yeah.
right? I get married, and by that time, I knew he was in Africa. So I was like, "Hey, Mike, do you want to come to Sudan? You always wanted to come to Sudan. I'm getting married. It's the right time. I can write you a letter. You can say you're coming here just to, you know." And he came, and I forgot to tell people like I had never met him before, but it didn't matter to me. Like for me, like when he was coming to Sudan, for me, it's like one of my really, 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 really good friends was coming to Sudan, and I trusted him. Dude, I'm bringing him to Sudan. I don't know who this guy is. I'm just in my house. The days of my marriage.
Total internet stranger, but actually
into my mom, my dad, my brother, my everything. You know.
Yeah.
So, but that's 10-year relationship. There was never any rush to meet. And there was never any talk about that or intention. It wasn't sexual in any way. It wasn't, I didn't ask him for money. He never asked him for money. We didn't ask anybody for nothing. It was just conversation. So conversation for 10 years will grow into some sort of relationship.
Yeah.
Now, I took it to the next level because I actually do consider this person to be very special. And I am very happy to have met them. Then I took them to like the heart of my privacy, my intimacy.
Your life, yeah.
Let's say.
Yeah.
But literally, like I was sleeping with my husband there, and he was in the other room. And my mom, she asked me, she's like, "So have you like? So where do you guys meet?" I'm like, right. I lied to most people because I know people don't understand that.
Yeah.
And he's like a big black Ghanaian man, so obviously everybody is just gonna think whatever they want.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So he took the easy way out, which is
I
like
was just
making
like,
up a lie.
I met him at uni, obviously.
Yeah. That's an easy way out.
He's my friend since uni. Like,
Because if you start saying like I know this guy online,
I trust
for
a person
years,
online.
yeah, then they will really question everything about the relationship you have with this
They will
friend.
question any relationship you have with a guy friend anyway in Sudan.
Well,
Even
in
if
so
we've
many
never
other
met.
countries as well, like the idea of that a guy could be a friend with a girl doesn't really exist. But the online of it is like
Does it
the
really
online.
exist? I'm realizing that. I mean, I used to be pro, like I don't know.
But like before we get into
Sorry.
that, because that's a really big, deep
We're not
black
gonna talk about
hole.
that.
You know?
It's boring. Other people are talking about it.
But yeah, see, that's I think the example you
So
mentioned.
relationship. What type of relationships are those? Because I've had relationships like yours and mine. Again, it starts like I am only online because of my work. So most of my relationships start because of my work. Even if someone's trying to use my work to talk to me, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
but
don't need to
that's
do
the
that.
bridge to connect you to
so
people online.
I'm not
basically.
looking for relationships online.
Yeah.
Um,
But if it happens, then
I would love a pen pal, like in the old days, you know, someone you don't know across the world, you just tell everything to. That used to be really good therapy for us kids of the
the
90s.
online friend therapy.
Yeah, it's basically like you didn't, I mean, because I did do like normal pen pals.
You're thinking about the money, huh?
Yeah, it's just the routine, right? Like you say something all the time, so it just comes out.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Crunch.
Yeah, there's like the first time in the podcast we're actually
SMR.
eating
Crunch,
something.
crunch.
Let's see. Depends on the quality of the sound. Yeah, but see, like I will give you my example. The friendships online that you built out of nothing online.
But friendships?
Well, that's the thing. Like the definition could be really vague here. It could really mean anything.
Relationships means that you're in a relation with a person and you're in the same ship and you're both doing this because it's the same relation.
Yeah.
Friendship is a ship where you can get tired because your friend is gonna keep going like this for you in the ship.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So there's more work in friendships.
Then there's relationships, which is family related. So
Yeah.
you know, like bonds, familiar bonds.
Yeah.
Then there's relationships only for sex. There's relationships only for money. There's relationships only for comfort. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, like, so far we have differentiated friendship and professional. Sexual or intimate relationships online, for me, it's insane. But because I'm very
It
like,
exists though.
I'm just like, yeah, okay, guys, like everybody do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay, but
That's not-
don't come
yeah.
talking to me. Something is happening. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know. I watch a lot of real crime and detective shows, but only like real stuff, like not enacted, and interrogations and everything. Man, there's a lot of people who have died due to meeting people online.
Yeah. There's some
obviously
movies
they're
about that.
American,
Of
they're
course, it's a complete stranger. But in the same time, for me, like the guy on the street, that guy on the street crossing the street is also a complete stranger.
Yeah.
The only difference online is like that person has the chance or the opportunity to put an image of themselves, like how this is who I am. You know, either it's true or a lie. At least there is something about it.
No, but
While
they
the
can-
guy on the street, you have no idea who that guy is. So that's why I feel
But
online.
you can see them.
Still, yeah, you can see them. You cannot see the one online. It could be fake, complete different person. But still, there's something about it. There's something about that. I believe the online relationships are kind of underrated.
I think they just don't follow the same pattern as offline relationships.
No, definitely they don't.
Okay, so then
They
they're
don't.
very different.
They're very different.
can't
That's why
compare
we're
them.
talking about them
That's why we
here.
can't compare them. We have to take them as completely different types of relationships.
Definitely. But see, like then that's why I brought the whole thing from the beginning is where there's the online relationship is something and the offline or the real one is also something else. And then when the connection happens, that is the interesting part.
That's the fucked up part. Because that's when you have to realize that you don't live in a fucking screen and life is real on
Yeah.
its own. Like you don't have to decide the reality. I mean you can decide yours if you want, but I don't know. I mean, again, pros and cons. Always have to look at both sides. So I have friends who got married thanks to Tinder, and I'm like, really? Like, oh my
Really, from
God.
Tinder to marriage.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I love you, but seriously, what the fuck in life?
Really, you think that's not normal?
No, I think it's weird that Tinder. I don't know how long it's been here for,
Yeah.
but like, I just, I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely happy. Everybody do what you want, but for me, it's very weird that you get not only to meet someone in an app,
But
then
okay, see.
marry them.
But did they
right?
get married like immediately right away? Or no?
Not
Of course, they
right
went
away,
out and
but,
everything,
like,
no?
I mean, what's right away?
I mean, like few dates.
I mean, how many days do you wait till you marry someone?
Well, for me, of course, like it should take some years, but
For you,
yeah.
but people
But-
now don't have time.
See that? Okay, that's
That's
crazy.
why they're on Tinder, because they don't have time to go look for people, so they go online. So that online.
See,
can
that's
get the catalog.
that's the craziness that we're talking about. Is
Enough is man. It's over.
there's always time. There is always time. I don't know why people are rushing into things. There is always time.
They're rushing, but I don't know where or for what.
No,
exactly.
they panic. But I'm gonna get into that. For me, I believe that the online relationships are underrated because there's so many advantages of them. But the problem is when taking that relationship from the online platform to the real life, here where the problem happens, because you are used to respond whenever you want. Sometimes you think about the text before you respond and all that. While in real life,
You have to think and talk and know the meaning of
yeah, and
words.
you can also change your expressions right in front of the person. Like there's so many things that don't exist
I
online or exist offline. So that makes it that's the challenge. So for me, anybody who was able to take a friendship or any type of relationship, let's say professional, non-professional, sorry about that, professional, non-professional, and take it to the real life and also keep going with that for I don't know years or good like tough situations and succeed. That is the real challenge.
Yes, but that's a real challenge in every relationship. Then also offline.
Yeah.
So, I think online, for example, has given also a chance to people who are maybe like more shy, also to get involved.
Introverts, for example.
Yeah, but even people who are maybe extroverts, but in their intimate life or they feel uncomfortable. They have certain maybe like
Social anxiety, whatever, like could be stressed in
¿cómo
social
se dice
situations.
cuando tienes, how do you say when you have
Okay.
like self-confidence issues of some whatever it
Yeah.
is. Maybe you
No
have a
self-esteem,
mole on
for
your
example.
knee,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something. I don't know, like,
Yeah.
but something is really triggering you. So you just, I mean, it's not you, but you still want to do that part, right? Of
Socializing in a way. Or
Yeah.
communicating with
or
others.
for example, talking to girls. Talking to girls now must be really hard for men, I reckon.
Why?
Like here in Spain, for example, sometimes because women are on the defense a lot, So online,
Yeah,
that means that you're already off the defense because you.
I've never met so many feminists in my life in one country.
Yeah, welcome to feminist land.
It's insane. Like
Spain is a vagina, didn't you know?
we should have actually put an alert before the episode starts, but
sorry, disclaimer. There will be bad
way
words,
too late.
Sexual activity.
Way too late.
I do not promote smoking nor drinking. Okay.
But yeah, see, okay, now let's. Okay, now I'm taking this opportunity to back up a little bit. I started this episode with this podcast without introducing you, just for a purpose that people listen to that first part of the conversation without really associating it to who's that person, and that sometimes makes it easier, like no judgments whatsoever. But today, Dar Alnaim, you are an artist.
Yes, I am multidisciplinary artist.
Multidisciplinary. What does that mean?
I'm multidisciplined.
What does that? You're not a discipline.
There's a discipline. Well, I have multi. I have poly. Many.
You're cheating.
I'm cheating on printmaking with painting, etc., etc. like this.
Not a very loyal artist.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the connection I'm making to your introduction to the first thing is using online platforms to promote for your art, which is a completely different way.
We talked about this last time as well.
We did, but.
Did we? Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. But we talked about the difference between museums and Instagram, for example. It's like Instagram is your own small.
It's my gallery. It's my online gallery portfolio.
Yeah.
It's the only one I use. I don't know. To be honest.
Yeah.
Like fully.
Yeah. Be honest.
For the sake of your podcast.
Yeah.
I'm tired of all. Non-verbal, non-physical communication.
You're tired of the online communication.
The non-verbal, non-physical communication.
Which is the online one.
It's online, and it's also more than just online. It's also how people are thinking about things now that they're online. Like they're not thinking very straight. They're forgetting.
An example would be helpful here.
They're losing the plot. For example, as a gallery, right? Like a gallery has a gallery and has an Instagram and has a website and has private digital groups and has their own archive and has their calendar. It's too much, okay? Mafidai. There's no need to go crazy and be everywhere and do everything all the time. I feel like what you said, like being present in front of a painting is like being present in front of a person. You know? Okay. So
and online you can never really like transmit this message or this feeling. Somebody opening a picture, looking at your profile, opening a picture.
Yeah, you know.
It's not the same as being right in front of the painting.
And I tell people when they're like, "Oh, so what do you do? You're an artist? Oh my gosh, show me some of your work." I'm like, "No.
You have to come to my house.
No, I know. To the opposite.
Calle Pradena, Rincón 13.
No, bro. Like this is my name. You can search it online because I've been working for my name to have ranking exist, that name art, whatever, you know. So I tell them that because I don't want them to look at my work in front of me. That's embarrassing. Because I'm not exhibiting. You know? I'm not exhibiting right now. I'm having a beer in the bar and some person comes and they're like, "Oh," we start talking. "Oh, you're an artist."
So it's not the time for it.
It's not that it's not the time for it. You cannot tell me to show you my work. What the fuck is this shit?
So you feel like, okay.
What is this? What is it? So what? Which one? What should I show you? My entire body of work of my entire history?
See, that's the thing.
Something that I think you might like.
See, that's the thing. You're talking as an artist who's really protective of their work, and they're talking as the general public.
I just respect it more than I respect.
See, but that's the point that I'm playing the devil advocate here, right? We don't understand that. We don't understand the importance of it. For us, it's just colors on a canvas.
And for you guys, it's just colors on canvas. So how about, like I give you my name, and when you have some time, you sit down and you look at them, because if someone looks at your Instagram in front of you, they'll go like this and they're going quickly because they kind of like want to say, "Okay, bonito, muy bien, oh, it's beautiful, everything's fine, oh, mashallah, mashallah." All right? Now, there are captions, there's things, I mean, the experience of seeing art online is different than seeing it offline. So when you see a painting, it doesn't say how many people like it. It doesn't say how many people have liked this painting out of the 20 paintings there. And if this painting is liked more, you don't know that. You don't need to know that. It doesn't matter what other people like. It matters what you like. At this point.
That's the thing about the online life or the online whatever existence.
It's
all about numbers.
But like I work for 3 months on a painting. For someone to sit in the toilet and give it a like, a heart in 3 seconds while they're taking a shit? No. That's why it's not that I'm very protective of my work. It's that I would like to put it in a more respectful, more professional plate. Like, I don't know.
Then in that case, Instagram is not the place for showing art.
I mean, it is the place to find work and make money and to be seen.
Yeah.
But it's because this is what you guys have left me. Like, I don't really have... I mean, I still do things. It's just that I've actually lost most ambition. I mean, lately in the art world in general and in competing or in like, I don't know, even showing my work. Like my work is there. It exists. I know. Okay. Existence first.
You don't have to keep proving that.
Yeah, I don't need to prove anything. I need to convince myself now and always as a person, as an artist, anything, you know? So once you're convinced with what you're doing, you don't need to convince anybody else. You don't need to other people might need convincing, but you don't need to do that. Like, you know?
The art speaks for itself.
I mean, the art and the life of the artist. I mean, for me, it has to be, has to be somehow linked, but also somehow free. So I am not my art. Okay? Like, my art is done by me, and it might have reflections of me and like bits and bobs, but it's not me.
Yeah.
I mean, I am this here, physical form.
Do you want me to ask the question?
Oh, like that. God, when he says that, it's gonna be
like the separation between the art and the artist, which is and now I'm talking in a
If you start that conversation, that's the last conversation we're having because it's very complicated.
Well, okay, we're not gonna dig that deep, but like us, the public, the normal people, we always, if an artist, and I'm not speaking about people who like do paintings or
artists in general.
In general, anybody who does anything artistic, we cannot really separate them. So if somebody fucked up, did something really, really bad, so we cancel them and cancel their art, and we don't really wanna listen to their music anymore. We don't wanna watch their movies anymore.
What the fuck? I have to cancel R. Kelly. It's my life.
You see that? That's
my fucking memories. Are you an R&B person? Seriously, I mean.
Yeah, well, see that the arcade example is perfect.
Was he singing, I'm gonna piss on girls every day of my life? No, he wasn't singing that. Otherwise, I would have been, oh shit, better not listen to that because then you end up like pissing on people.
Yeah.
And stuff. I don't know. And then, I mean,
so his music,
I don't know,
music is separated from his actions. That's what you
Will
believe.
Smith is a great actor, but he's a fucking retard. He's a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? He's a great actor, but as a person, he's an idiot. It's okay. Yeah. But now, because he's an idiot as a person, I'm not so much interested anymore in his work. Whilst before he was just a great actor because I didn't know anything about his private life.
Yeah.
However, the only reason why... Okay, so there's two types of people. People who have artwork.
Okay.
Artists, music, whatever you want. And people who don't have that. In the creative manner, in the talented manner. In like, you know, people might be very, very proud of their businesses or their houses, their land, their money, their bank, whatever you want, okay? But that comes from, like, gaining authority through value.
Okay.
Right? So it's more socially based. It's not like the artist, let's say, I don't know. So the artists, are they not people? They are people.
They are.
And before they are artists, they're people. And while they're artists, they are people. But they're not living the life of the general public, let's say, because they're, you know, more interested or they have different stimuli, different things move them. Now, I don't know. If you know the thing about Hitler, how he was like a frustrated artist?
Was he?
Apparently. So apparently the guy wanted to paint, really. See, if you guys would have let him paint, if you didn't, but you did. So khalas.
Okay. So leave
so
artists
the guy should
alone.
have been painting. But you guys said, oh, your paintings are shit. So what happened?
So he fucked up the whole planet.
The person came out. The artist died and the person came out.
So you're saying like artists are like just criminals. They're waiting for the chance to...
Basically, if I didn't have art, I would be a criminal. I mean, I wouldn't find any other reason not to be...
To take out the frustration is actually paintings and this kind of stuff.
I'm just thinking that people who judge artists are usually the people who are not artists.
Yeah.
And I'm not R. Kelly, and I am not Kobe Bryant, and Allah yarhamu, of course.
Not also Will Smith and none of these.
But like in general, nah, man. Michael Jackson, what? His music is shit then? No, it's not. I mean, you can't... Why do people fight the truth? You have to, once you learn new information, you have to adapt to the new information that you have, but you don't have to delete you can't delete your past to begin with. So I've already bought all his albums at the time when it was important.
There's no coming back from that. Yeah.
No, man. Listen, I started watching the documentary, and I was like, oh my god, my fucking shit. And I'm thinking like, Dara, you cannot vibe to this documentary, fam. Like, so because I was in the present, that was something I could control. I was like, yeah, stop vibing, and I actually stopped watching. I think I watched like first 2 episodes.
I haven't seen it.
Don't. It's stupid. It's unnecessary.
Haven't seen it.
It's unnecessary, and it's like
repetitive or
barraya. That's like it's like a fucking. It's like la 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 di 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 la la di. It's the same story. Times.
Because it sells. That's why they talk about it. But you see, like the idea of
it sells because it's R. Kelly. If another person who isn't an artist does it, it doesn't matter as much unless they killed the woman. This is what I'm saying. You have to do something in order for people to judge you.
Yeah.
Right? So because you're an artist and everybody loves you, we're going to judge you because you did this. But if nobody loved you, we'll still judge you, but not everybody, because nobody cares about you.
See, that comes back to the how the society takes action against you. Like they try to punish you because of your actions. It's understandable that people could feel anger. It makes sense because like you're doing bad actions, like everybody else. The problem is, for me, that I don't understand, is like, no, we should not listen to his music. We should not like make him generate more money.
But somebody told you that. You didn't think that.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. Because he's a bad person, so let's not make him successful again. Because if we are making him successful, generate money, then
he's already successful. It's khalas. What? Michael is dead. Michael is dead.
But
is dead.
It's about the principle, because this might happen again and again and again.
This will happen because this is not something to do with artists. It has to do with power, men and power.
Humans, basically. Whenever they have money,
mainly men, because men have had more power. I mean, women are also evil and horrible, but like, it's okay though. Like, it's not okay that it happens, but it's okay that
it's human nature. Human nature. Once you have money and power, then you abuse it basically.
You can't separate human nature from nature.
Yeah, well, it's one part of it though.
You can't. Okay, for me, violence and abuse is lack of intelligence and understanding.
Yeah.
So you have some problems, right?
So now in the future...
I mean, seriously, we have laws because we need them, but everybody everywhere breaks them, okay? So that's why we have them, for the people who break them, not the people who follow them, okay? So... there is a lot of kids being abused in the whole world, but I'm not going to pinpoint specifically Michael Jackson and R. Kelly because I know them by name and by art. This is what I mean. And as artists, also, there's many artists also, but the thing is, it comes with the power, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is it. If you don't have authority, you don't get away with things. And we're in a new era where you can't do a lot of things that were done before, but this is what I mean. Like to a certain point, I feel like the past cannot be changed. People talk about decolonizing. Relax, everybody. That's like impossible. Okay, like it's not impossible in your mind, but the colonization. Like if you really understand what colonization is, you can't possibly say you're going to decolonize it in your time. It's impossible. It doesn't make sense.
I think some people are looking for a purpose in their life.
See, because when we talk about some people, we keep saying some people say
it's everybody.
It's the general public.
It's everybody. Yeah.
The general public and the conversation online, because I don't allow these conversations to happen at my table, for example. Like,
but I think the conversation is good to be had, even though it's stupid. It needs to be had because I need to know what the person's thinking of before the action is taken.
But even the person doesn't know that.
Yeah, well, let them just
what you think and what you do
out.
are different things, or not.
Yeah, well, anyway, okay. Now you've made an interesting comment once you get into my place here about this painting right behind me. All right, so you didn't like it. You think it's shit.
No, I love it.
No, be honest, because there's a follow up from my part.
I think it's horrible.
It's horrible. Okay, do you understand anything of it? Does it make any sense to you?
Look at it from here. Looking at it directly. I see many things.
Okay, what do you see?
I see an elephant. I see a woman coming out. I see a party, people dancing, shit, music. I don't know.
Okay, an elephant, I can see that.
Definitely music.
But then
there's definitely music going on or sound of some sort.
It's like it's a language. How do you see that?
What did he say? What is it? It's a he, right?
No, it's not. It's. I'm gonna tell the
It's
story.
a woman?
It's not that, because I don't know who did it. But I just want to see how you understand this. How can you translate it to?
I mean, I can't translate it because it's
Elephant, it makes
it's
sense.
like it's like language, but with grammatic errors. Yeah. Like there's a lot of spelling mistakes there and a lot of like technique.
That's why it's horrible, because of the.
It's horrible because what is that, man? Okay, like that was done in the last year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. You can't make art like that now. It's over.
Okay,
If
so
you're making art like that,
it's
you're
outdated.
comfortable with it, and you're putting it in your salon.
It's outdated. That's why it's.
I am
terrible.
an artist, so my critique is like
Yeah, I want to understand how you see things. That's why
it's
I'm asking the
outdated. It's
question.
like college work.
Okay.
I would say it's amateur, which is not a problem if the person is not an artist, then it's great. If the person is not an artist, it's great. If the person is an artist, it's shit.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
And who decides? I decide.
I decide. Okay.
Me.
Authority again. He just needs some power, and you're done. Okay, so the story behind this is actually I found it right next to the trash one night. Okay.
Is it signed at the back?
No.
Of course it was in the trash because it's trash.
Yeah.
I need to go and bring it closer so people can see it.
Okay. I'm gonna no. You stay here. I'm gonna bring it. So the trash painting that you don't like, that I personally like because it can. Because
We can reuse the canvas, you know.
So that's the painting we're talking about. All right.
Someone was clearly trying out everything here.
Yeah.
You know.
Please, can you hold it, because I need to tell the story, so people could listen to this. So I found this right next to the trash. Just give me a second. Right next to the trash. All right. And one night, I took it. I cleaned it. Just like no dust, nothing. COVID times, all that shit. And well, I put it in the room because we don't really have much around. And for somebody who is an engineer who knows nothing about art, this is masterpiece, basically.
It's wonderful.
It's a masterpiece.
It's free also.
Okay, by the way, the people who are listening are not really watching the video, are missing so much. You have to go to YouTube right now and just watch this shit.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So what happened is I brought it here. I really liked it that much, to the point that I thought, I could make money out of this. So what I've done, I posted online on Facebook.
Wallapop. Oh no.
No, Facebook. And somebody offered me some money to buy.
How much?
40 euros.
Yes, bitch. That's the one.
Yeah. Wait, it doesn't end there. So I took it, I sold it to this girl, American girl.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, for
She
40.
has to be American. Of course.
Yeah, shut
In the back. Oh, shit.
There's
It's not
nothing here.
signed.
So yeah, let's continue.
We should sign it for my
So I sold it to her, and she said, like she saw me kind of sad when I was actually giving her the painting. But I was emotional because I made money out of trash, basically. That's why I was emotional.
out of art. This is what
Yeah,
we do. This is my
but
job.
it's trash.
My life
basically.
is like that.
It was right next to the trash. So she said, "Oh, it means a lot to you." She said, "Yeah, it means a lot to me." And then she took it. 4 months later, she texted me. She said, "Like, hey, I'm going back to the US for good, and I'm just distributing things. Do you want your painting back?" I told her, "For how much?" She said, "Like, just take it for free." So basically, I sold trash. I gained some money, and I got it back, and I put it back in the house. How about
You
that?
gave something that had no value, and that's it.
How about that?
That's a huge. Okay, so how about we give it value? How about I paint on top of it for you and I sign it?
You paint on top of it. There's no space.
Of course there is. The whole thing can be painted up.
There's no space.
I can use some of it.
I like it like that.
No, man.
I like it like that. It's
Or at
nice.
least put it like I don't even think that's the direction of the painting.
There is no direction. It's just like their colors is being spilled over.
There's no direction.
It's just like
Oh my God.
It's colors being spilled over, basically.
For him.
I mean, see, for me, or somebody doesn't understand art but understand how money works, and I'm a general public. Sell it to somebody with general public. Make it nice online. I used Facebook for that. Made very pretty videos, some pictures, and then got some money out of it.
I would have if I found that in the street. I would have taken off the canvas and kept the frame.
It's offensive for you.
I would have recycled. I would have recycled the frame. It's not offensive. It's just not like, dude. It's not even signed. I mean, you've proved my point. It was in the trash.
Yeah, for a reason.
It's not signed. It's
No.
okay. I think everybody. Look, I think people who don't have to make money out of art are the people who should be making art. You guys are free. You can relax. You don't have to make anything to please anybody. You can actually
Yeah.
do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Now I have to fight the urge of the need for money in order to make what I want.
Well, basically, see, that's the thing. We really see the world completely different, you know? Like, and how we express ourselves and how we use art for that. For me, I don't. But
But you're an engineer. It's normal. That's why it's interesting to have these conversations, because I think even if you're in a different discipline,
yeah,
you have the same questions. You don't have the same questions.
yeah, no, we
And we've all
feel
had the same questions since forever.
we think completely differently. So that's part of it. So now there is one more. By the way, you haven't been on other podcasts other than mine, no? Have you been on other ones?
Put me on the spot. I have been. I don't remember. I was in one with Daftar Asfar, I think.
Daftar Asfal. No
think.
idea.
Was that I don't know, maybe not. And then I was in another one with Yalla Khartoum. With
It's the radio
Larissa,
show.
With Larissa. No, it's just a it was a podcast,
Okay.
but like it was live. I've been in a few. I don't remember. My
okay,
memory
okay.
is.
Yeah, because I don't know why I just thought.
There's one that I should be remembered. Mosaic rooms. Mosaic rooms.
No idea, no.
Some Sudanese
No
stuff you don't know about.
No. I'm trying to learn about this kind of stuff as well.
You need to focus on Spain now.
Yeah, well, it's a very difficult situation for me. A Sudanese who speak English and targeting Sudanese outside Sudan, but lives in Spain where there are no other Sudanese, basically.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Listen, but you speak Spanish, man.
See, but like I cannot speak Spanish to I don't know to people who are listening to me.
Oh,
It doesn't work
these
like
guys.
that, you know. I made one episode about learning Spanish in Sudan with
Congo. What's it called?
La Profesora.
Maria.
La Profesora. You know that institute.
I know.
She's been here actually. She lived here in Spain.
Maria, right?
No, not Maria. Sarah.
In Camboni, they had Spanish.
Yeah,
forever.
Camboni, they had some classes, but this is like an institute. She lived in Barcelona a little bit and she came to Madrid.
Oh, Sarah. Ah, I might know.
Isra. My bad, not Sarah.
Isra. Okay, yeah. I know she lives in Barcelona. I don't know her. I know her online.
Really?
So it's a relationship.
Yeah, and
Online.
she moved back to Sudan and she opened her.
Is she not back?
She's in Sudan now, yeah.
I thought she was here. That's what
Maybe.
she said when I got to Madrid. Okay.
Yeah. So now, like, there's some people who are interested in the language in Sudan, but I mean, for podcasting is different. Okay, now the question is like, could podcasting or the idea of expressing yourself verbally through audio considered an art?
Of course. Monologues and just talking is an art. The art of conversation. Have you never heard of that?
Yeah, but I'm asking you as an artist. I want to hear what you think about it.
As an artist, I have great issues in general with communication because I feel like
But isn't that all artists though?
most people, yes, but some people know exactly what message they want to communicate and some don't. And it's not, you can't really say all artists at any one point. And unless you're just talking about what their, profile says, that they're an
I
artist.
mean, no, but I mean, I always get that feeling that most of people who do art are kind of have problems. I don't know, communicating, or they're really more into themselves. They like their zone.
I mean, when I said problems communicating, I mean problems communicating with people. I don't have problems communicating. I'm the best communicator. I can communicate in many languages. I know.
But
the
you're not
meaning
as
of
comfortable
words.
with people as you are with your own work. For example, you like to be alone with your own work rather than being with people who you don't really care about. For example, for me, it's the other way around. I enjoy being with people. It's where I get my energy, and when I'm alone, I feel like, shit, I need to socialize. So that's why I cannot be an artist. I need to isolate more.
Okay. There's no such thing as like certain ingredients to be an artist to begin with. Okay, we're jumping through many things. What was the first question that you asked?
Can talking be a form of art?
I think that's more interesting. I think it is most definitely. It has been proven in many ways. For example, monologues, stand-up comedians. For example, I follow all my stand-up comedians, their podcasts, like Bill Burr. I love him.
Bill Burr is
forever.
a genius.
Forever.
He's a genius, basically.
Yeah, I'm idolizing him. Yes, I idolize a white man. Yes, I do. Totally.
But he's the best white man to be out there to be idolized.
Louis C.K., Ricky Gervais has had a did you see his latest?
I haven't,
stand-up?
but Louis C.K. I have been to his stand-up here in Madrid,
Oh
actually.
my God. I wanted to go, man. Louis C.K.
Why you haven't been?
No, because I couldn't at the time. I can't remember when it was even.
Yeah, it was
That's
2 months ago.
Yeah,
It was 2 months ago, and that guy is
I would have risked.
incredible. Incredible.
He's the best.
Incredible.
He's one of the best
And
comedians.
again, one of the guys who's being cancelled because of what he's done off stage.
But this is what I'm saying. It's the same thing with the artist. You see, so you asked me, can it be considered a form of art? Of course it can. If you can gain authority and like, if you can get a space in a room because of what you're saying, it's the same as getting a space in a room because of what you're painting. You know what I mean? The interesting thing though is what room, right? Like, this is the thing. So there are podcasts that I have heard and listened to and I found super recreational and then stopped listening to them because they were repetitive. So I do consider it a form of art because I think it needs to evolve, it needs to change, it needs to develop, it needs to get with the times. But I think a good format is difficult to find. So I really appreciate the people who can do that. And usually people who have really good podcasts already do something where they say what they think or they show or they have something to say. I don't know, or they show themselves. I don't know. Yeah. That's my point of view.
Yeah. So you like Bill Burr, Louis C.K., Ricky Gervais, all of them like white men basically.
And I also love, for example, Cat Williams and flipping Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock.
Although he got slapped.
Just comedy. I just love humor. I think
even after he got slapped, Chris Rock. You still
Chris
like
Rock
him?
is the man. I mean, seriously, that guy, man. Huh?
What do you mean?
He stops
What you
there.
say?
He stops there. This fucking idiot slaps him.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I feel
Like,
proud of him. I feel proud of him.
Really?
Like, because I'm like, yo.
His value didn't change in your eyes.
Yo, no, you
after
know
that.
why? Because that's him. You know what I mean? That's like when you have your place. Like I said, you have your authority, you have your place. Because yes, there is freedom of speech. You know?
Yeah.
But there's also authority in speech. And by that, I mean that there is a space. So if you are invited to talk, and someone in the public doesn't stop fucking japping, you take security to take them out, bro.
Yeah.
Because I am invited to talk. These people came here to listen to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was...
And if he had only insulted maybe like his wife out of everybody
It's
else.
a joke.
But
It
I mean...
is a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke. You can't... I mean, you can do anything and everything is possible. But if you get offended, doesn't mean that you're right. And if words are spoken and you respond with violence, it's a problem.
Okay, you know what's a problem? So many people standing, especially so many girls and women standing with Will Smith, thinking what he done was right, like defending his woman.
They're probably black, mainly.
Why do you say that?
Black. Because we're still very traditional in the way we think about men and women and how we should be protected. Like, bitch, you're talking about empowerment. Get the fuck up and slap Chris Rock. You get the fuck up and you go and slap him. Because I don't know why we're talking about Jada. Like, who got slapped? Chris. Who slapped? Will. Why are we talking about Jada?
Well, because of the look she gave to Will after he
but
laughed
that's
at
Will's
the joke,
problem.
so he had
and my
to
problem
act.
is how Will deals with his problem.
Yeah,
not the problem that Will has.
Will, when it comes to Will is a damaged person, at least how we see him. You know?
I feel sorry for him to a certain
I
level.
don't feel anything. I have no
I feel
emotions
sorry for him because
towards a celebrity, to
I
be
feel
honest.
like, I mean, it's not sorry. Like, I don't feel like haram, poor guy. I just feel like I don't think he understands nothing.
The guy is struggling.
I think I just realized how much he's been fucking struggling in life. Forget about his wife.
Yeah.
In life. This is what I'm saying. Like, that's nothing to do with how I
But you know what's funny
rated
about
him.
it?
I rated him like, I am legend. Dun 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 dun.
You know what's
Men
funny?
in Black. Great
You know
shit.
what's funny? That the guy that we consider like struggling with life, Will Smith, is the guy who's trying to paint this picture like always you're giving advices on being a life coach for others and do this and do that and love your fucking self and be your fucking confidence.
I guess I feel sorry
And
for
then
him
he gets
because
triggered like that by one
I
joke.
feel sorry for him because his entire career, which is it's his body of work,
Will be defined
has
by
been damaged
by slap.
by his personal life.
Yeah.
That's why artists should be alone forever, not have partners. It's my new intake in life.
So yeah, if an artist like kind of isolated and only shows his work or their work, they don't show their personal life.
They're either
That's
exactly
the
their
idea.
work. They are either exactly their work. So like their work is like a reflection or a projection of the artist directly on their life,
Yeah.
or it's separate. Do you know what I mean? So there are artists that I think the lyrics of their songs have a lot to do with their lives. I mean, that's also how we rate them. For example, if it's real talk or it's,
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Louis C.K. says that he's masturbating a fucking squirrel, and people get upset. I'm thinking like he just said he was masturbating a squirrel. He wasn't actually doing it. Like there's a difference between saying something and doing something.
Yeah. But even though if he done it, he's a bad person, but doesn't mean that I'm not gonna attend his stand-up comedy.
He didn't do it.
Let's say he did it. Let's assume the worst. He did it. He's done it. Okay, that's a bad person. There is a court for that. These guys they have a case and everything. That's not my thing. I'm not here to damage your career. That's not my fucking problem.
He didn't do that. He didn't pay for a ticket to go to his show, and he started doing that.
No. So then.
So that's it.
Yeah.
So he's fine. You guys can listen to him again. I give you permission to listen to whoever you want to listen to, but don't agree with anybody. That's my.
Yeah. You know. Have you heard about the? There are two Sudanese examples for this case. There is a rapper called Lil Frini. Have you heard of him?
Frini, yeah, I've heard something. Oh, he did a song and he said something or something? Oh, was that someone else?
It's not the song. Like he does a lot of songs, but it's about that he's been approaching girls and threatening them in DMs and stuff. Or like minors.
Yeah. I saw that fucking Shamarat.
Yeah. Minor and
fuck him. That's it. He's just one of many, and he's the one with something. That's why we can see him. But Sudanese men do that all the time. It's fine. It's okay.
So his men are trash? Is that what he?
No, all men do that at a certain age. It's that limit between 20, right? Like 18, 20, all the way down. It's just 20s, 20s.
There's no control,
you know?
And there's a lot of money and power, then that's crazy.
There's a lot of women and girls who like Lil Frini, I'm sure.
So Lil Frini, you know what the dilemma I had with him is, yeah, of course, what he's done was horrible, and there was so many evidence of that. Now what happens at my end, since I'm not really impacted by what he's done, is I had one of his songs in my playlist in Spotify. So I go there, and then should I keep listening to the guy, or should I remove the song from the playlist because of what he's done to somebody else? So now this is questioned by so many people, but they're afraid to address it.
Fuck him, he's like 5 years old. Who cares about him?
See, but now, it's the same as R. Kelly, for example.
No, it's not the same as R. Kelly.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
International, well-known.
No. We talk about the act itself. Like the act is bad.
No, the act is bad.
Yeah?
The only difference is that these people are artists. That's why we're talking about them.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people in jail because of doing exactly the same things that we're talking about, but we don't know their names because they didn't sing and they're not Sudanese.
Yeah, but they're not judged by society because they're not artists.
They are judged by society, but we just don't know their names yet. Like, we need to go and find them and figure them out. And then Frini, whatever, Frini, is that his name? Frini?
Lil Frini.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. Lil is like a rapper name.
Like the real free nigga. No? Like real Frini, right?
Really? I think so.
Real Frini?
Imagine him listening actually to this part of the podcast. That would be fucking crazy.
Matter. It doesn't matter. He doesn't matter. This is what I'm saying. He doesn't matter. What matters are your values and how you feel about it. So if it really triggers you, stop listening to it. Yeah. If you're questioning yourself, keep questioning yourself. You have to ask yourself those questions many days. You don't have to take a decision today.
Okay, there's another guy who's very, very famous right now.
Manu?
What's his? I forgot his real name, but he has a podcast. He's Sudanese and lives in the US and has a podcast called Fresh and Fit podcast.
He's Sudanese?
You don't know that?
He's Sudanese? I fucking awesome. Sudanese? Yes. No way. This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know, there were times when I'm looking at this fucking idiot and I'm thinking like, why does he look so familiar?
He's Sudanese, yeah.
He's Sudanese?
He's Sudanese.
Which one? Fresh or Fit?
The stupid guy.
Oh, they're both fucking stupid. No way. Actually, now I'm going to fucking follow them. I'm going to subscribe now.
You didn't know that.
You know, so I can support my fellow Sudanese people.
even you support that guy.
I support those Sudanese people. I support Sudanese people.
See, the most controversial podcast on earth right now is run by a Sudanese. Can you imagine that?
I can imagine it. I mean, I could hear lots of them like, I've heard this before. Like, I don't know.
You know what's funny?
It's
like black people, or let's say black women, hated him so much. They started all on Twitter.
Women?
Yeah. They really started on Twitter like, this guy cannot be black. This guy cannot be black.
He's African black. Niggas.
Yeah, and then,
that's what's up.
Yeah, one girl said like, he's not black. He's actually East African from Sudan. I pulled up
so he's not black.
Like a high school thing when he was like, I don't know, doing something.
Oh my God, where the school did he go to?
In the US.
Oh, okay.
He's raised up in the US. Then he had to address it.
I can't believe why you're telling me this.
Just to ruin your day, basically, and ruin everybody's day who's listening to us.
Abba and Preach?
Yeah, Abba and Breach are legends.
My
yeah.
niggas, both of them. I love you guys. If you ever listen to this,
Nah, that's impossible. There's no way they're listening to this
I
conversation.
know you both. It's not a problem. I need.
Well, Breach is married, so there's no way for you to get it.
Listen, Breach.
And Abba
his
is
fucking
Ethiopian.
music, okay?
And Abba is
The fucking
Ethiopian.
jukebox, that guy. He has every single tune ready to go.
I don't know. Yeah, they're good. They're very good, like YouTube commentators.
I think I'm more like ABBA in my way of telling everybody, come down, listen, there are truths, you know, like formatting the conversation.
Yeah, you're not
But
Breach like that.
Breach, I mean life. In life, I'm Breach. I'm good. Like to life.
Yeah.
Like,
I like him when he actually. Of course, by the way, there's so many people right now who are listening to this conversation who have no idea what we're talking about. So
we will link everything. Or you can
no,
just message me.
I'm not gonna link them. They are famous already. But yeah, search for Abba and Breach and search for, or don't search for Fresh and Fit.
I mean, search
Fresh
it
and Fit,
and laugh. Don't search it and take it seriously.
Yeah.
You cannot learn anything from that podcast.
But yeah, it's relevant for us because that guy is Sudanese and he says that.
I think
he
we
says
should
that-
denounce his Sudanese. Can we do that? I mean, when was the last time he was there in Sudan? We need to know that.
Yeah, well, a long time ago.
You can't
And
call-
he's really like he's like a I think he represents the toxic masculinity. Like if we can put it in a human being, that's the person.
He represents the promoter of masculinity.
No, it's the worst. Like I
don't think he believes the things he says, though. I think it's all fucking cap. Everything.
It could be, but whatever happens, like that's what he.
The other one is even more stupid, man. But at least he's intelligent. He's more stupid, but more intelligent than.
How?
Because
the guy is dumber than him. Is worse than him. Actually.
Yeah, I mean, he has that
He's
stutter.
quiet,
He's
that's the
stutter.
thing.
I can't.
He's
I'm
quiet,
really
that's the
sorry.
only
I'm really
problem.
sorry.
Yeah. But see, like for example, like now when Sudanese people found out that Fresh is actually Sudanese.
When did they find out? I found out today.
From Twitter, like I don't know, 5 months ago, something like that, you know. And then
Maybe
like
Sudanese.
the black Twitter, like the black African American Twitter, they throw these guys at us. Like it's your problem now. These guys are not Sudanese, they're not American, it's Sudanese. Deal with them. And then we had to deal with it.
Oh yeah, but you must know that, for example, that happens to me sometimes. I get thrown off out of the Sudanese boat.
Yeah.
Vote and boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Because of the tattoos.
tattoos, because of the nonchalantness. Like I don't know, not everybody, but this is the thing. That guy has a right to say what he thinks.
Yeah, freedom of speech. If you believe in that, then let them
And
speak.
if you follow
But
him,
that's your problem.
That's you, man. That's you,
Yes.
bro. Because
See, that is a very good point we should talk about. It's like,
Values.
I don't like you. I don't like your art. Then why am I in your gallery criticizing you?
because you need content for your no. I mean, you've
Yeah.
never been to my exhibition.
No,
You've
I
never
haven't,
been to
I
my
haven't.
studio. You've never seen my work in
But
live.
let's say I just go
You
to your
believe
gallery to
you believe it. You believe it's good. You have seen it.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I cannot say anything else, right? You have a glass in your hand.
It's okay. I don't
Actually,
need people to like my work ever. Actually, I have zero expectations from that. I would like them to feel something.
But you see the idea I'm talking about here, like why? Let's say you hate Fresh and Fit. Why do you follow
I
that
don't hate
podcast?
them.
No, not you. I'm talking to anybody who's listening
I
to us.
dislike them very much.
If you that's what's happening now in the world right now, like with the online platforms. If you don't like the message of somebody, they have the freedom to put whatever. If you don't like it, don't follow it, don't subscribe to it, don't promote it.
Yeah, fuck off. Fuck off.
Let
That's what
them
you
do
can
their stupid things and you follow the other ones. That you have the freedom to follow as they have the freedom to talk about stuff.
Yes, but if someone feels smart because they're doing something else, they're gonna let you know that. Like you're stupid because you're not doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? The problem is that these people don't matter because these people are the general public. In general, you shouldn't give a fuck about anyone who is not doing something personal for themselves. You know what I mean? Like,
If you're not harming me, I
do
don't
you
care
have
about
values? Do you have values like the standard human values? This is when you said Black Twitter, I was laughing. I was like, I didn't know that existed either. Like Black Twitter is Twitter basically, but for Black people, so it's different because you want it to be different, I guess. So it will be.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like Black Twitter
It's
is
very interesting.
Black Twitter is very, very different. It's really different.
It's not different. It's just one of the differences that Twitter has. I'm sure there's Chinese Twitter. Is there? Or
they don't have
gay Twitter? Do they have gay Twitter? I mean, what I'm trying to say is
we're
like.
in June, by the way, so there's definitely gay Twitter.
Well, oh my God, I know. This is my month, you know? I mean, how.
Yeah, I cannot say anything about it.
معلش.
I cannot say
The
it.
month of happiness, guys.
Yeah, it's all yours. I mean, so
Big-
we're gonna talk back in July.
Big-
Well, in July, we're gonna talk about.
You must suffer, man, here. I bet you suffer.
I keep it to myself. See, that's what I do.
You get it when you just
I keep it to
fucking
myself.
said it. You better edit this.
No, I'm not. I mean, at the end of the day, people who are listening to me are not
I'm
really
not
here.
watching myself. Don't show
You
your
like-
Spanish friends. You'll get cancelled. You get cancelled because you can't. You must think like everybody else, apparently.
No. People who get canceled like celebrities. I'm not a celebrity. I don't have to worry about it.
I'm gonna get cancelled after June. I have new projects. I'm gonna bring them out. And khalas, you guys do what you want.
Any teasers?
No, not for these group.
No?
I can show you later, but
Okay.
not these guys. Sorry, guys. I don't know who you are. It's just, internet relationships are like that, you know?
Yeah. Back to the point where we started. All right. So I think we've covered so many things.
Are we good?
Yeah, I think we've covered so many things.
We should do our own podcast, man. You and me just chatting shit.
Yeah, that would be nice. We do like the new album Breach.
Yeah, once a week. Could we
It's,
not do
it's
that?
the same actually set, you know? They talk to the camera
I'll
and
sing.
shit, you know?
I'll sing.
Yeah. You'll be Breach.
Na, 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 na,
You'll be
yeah.
Breach. And I'll be Abba who's always in the hoodie, you know, like,
That's it.
shut your whore mouth.
Shut your whore.
Shut your mouth.
Those
Yeah.
guys give me live, man. You know
No,
they were
no,
gone for a little bit when they came
they
back. I
are-
was like, thank God they're back because they're my friends.
They are amazing.
You see,
guys.
I have a relationship with those guys too.
See,
They don't know that.
And it's one way, kind of.
It's like a crush in high school. You know when you're like, I actually married that guy. He just doesn't know that yet.
Like, oh my God, he's so pretty. Okay.
Alright.
Or that's enough.
Alright.
All right, everyone. I think we have reached the end of this episode. I had the pleasure
Yeah,
and the
me too,
honor
man.
to have you with me. That's been a really different experience, different podcast for me.
Yeah.
And I will always remember this. So thank you so much for coming over.
You're welcome. Anytime. And thank you guys for listening.
Yeah. Subscribe, share, do all the online things that could make
Do the
us-
thing.
Yeah.
It's free. You can do it for free.
Yeah, well, and until it will cost you money at some point. So do it for now for free. And yeah, check the other episodes of Hassan Talks podcast in Arabic, most of them. Few are in English. And let me know what you think of this episode. You have the comment section in YouTube, or if you're listening to Spotify or something, just head to Instagram and DM me there as always. Well, thank you everybody. I'll see you in the next episode.
Salud. Bye.
Ciao.